Hi everyone, Jeffrey here, your wellness specialist. Today I'm going to be showing you in this video how to take any lyophilized medication like hCG or peptides, how to mix or reconstitute those medications, and how to administer those medications into the proper area with proper injection protocol. Before you pull any medication up, you should always clean your work area or disinfect your work area before you start mixing or pulling your medication. First thing you're going to need to do is get your medication, which will be your lyophilized vial of hCG or peptides or whatever the physician prescribes. It will come with a mixing water, either bacteriostatic water or sodium chloride. It will come with a large mixing syringe. It'll come with some needles, insulin needles. We usually use a small ultra-fine needle to use for your injection. And now that your supplies are ready, we could go ahead and start mixing. Now we're going to remove the tops of both your lyophilized product and the water that it comes with. So we'll pop the tops. Now we're going to clean the tops to make sure that we disinfect the area before we pull anything out of the vial or inject anything into the vial. You will take your alcohol prep pads, usually you come with 2 of them, one to sterilize the top and one to sterilize the area you're going to inject into. We're going to open up your alcohol swab, remove it from the packaging. We're going to clean the top of the vial of water and also clean the actual peptide or hCG. So now we're going to take your actual mixing syringe, remove it from the container that it came in. Make sure that your needle tip is on here firm. Make sure your plunger works. We're going to be pulling whatever medication amount or mixing amount that the physician prescribes for you. For example, today I'm going to be pulling 5 mLs on the syringe. Remove the tip. We're going to take the actual needle and place it into the center of the water it came with. Put air into the vial. We're going to flip the vial upside down and remove the prescribed amount of water from the vial. Today we're going to be pulling 5 mLs, push it back up to the baseline, and now remove it from the vial that you pulled from. Now we're going to take the bacteriostatic water that you pulled up and place it into the vial that has the lyophilized powder in it. You will place it into the center or the top. Once you place the water into the vial, we need to vent the vial because there's some negative pressure in there. We are going to hold on to the vial and needle tip and remove the syringe to let the air pressure outside and inside be equal. Place the syringe back onto the needle and remove it from the vial. Place your cap on and dispose of appropriately. Once you've placed the water into the lyophilized product, we need to swirl this around gently. Do not shake, but you can turn it upside down and let all that powder get mixed back into liquid. Now we are ready to take our medication and pull it up with the syringes provided. We are going to use an insulin needle. We usually use a 30 gauge, which is an ultra fine needle. Once you have your syringe, we're going to remove the stopper on the back where the syringe is located. Make sure your syringe works well. We will take the tip off, which is orange, where the needle is located. Remove it, set it down. We are going to place this needle tip into the center of this vial. I usually put a little bit of air in because it makes it easier to pull from. We are going to flip that vial upside down. Next, you're going to draw back on this plunger while keeping the needle into the vial to get desired medication. Pull back more than what you need and then push up to the prescribed dose that the physician has required you to take. Once you've got your medication pulled up, flip it over and remove it from the vial. Next, you're going to recap this needle tip without poking yourself or poking the plastic and dulling the needle. Now that you pulled that medication up, we actually recommend a lot of clients pre-pull their medication into a syringe, recap it just like I showed you how to do, and place them in a clean container or Tupperware container that you could actually put into the refrigerator. The reason we like you guys to pre-pull them up early, one, it's convenient. You don't have to pull this out every single time. Clean the top, pull your syringe, and take your shot. If you have them ready to go, it'll save you time. Secondly, If you take this medication out and you drop the vial, the medication is gone. If you have them preloaded, ready to go, nothing's gonna happen if you drop this on the ground. Lastly, some people tend to pull their medication out. They'll pull the dose that they need, they'll place it on the kitchen counter, and they forget to put it back in the refrigerator, and the medication starts losing potency. So if you have time and you wanna make things easier for yourself, I do recommend that you pre-pull your needles up, place them into the Tupperware container. If you didn't pull all your medication out of here, make sure you put that in the Tupperware container too, because that has to be refrigerated. And you can place this in your refrigerator. Now that your lyophilized medication is pulled up, we're going to show you where to take your little subcutaneous injection, if it's peptides, or your intramuscular injection, still with the insulin needle, into the shoulder. We usually teach you a subcutaneous injection, which is usually into belly fat, anywhere in the lower stomach. We recommend this for both peptides and hCG. For the first injection, we're going to locate the area for the subcutaneous injection. Subcutaneous means it's going to be going into belly fat or just beneath the skin. We're not going into a muscle with this. Peptides or hCG can be taken this way. A lot of times we'll have you start on one side of your lower abdomen, and each injection you take, you can move slightly over, work your way across, kind of like a typewriter motion. Once you get across, you could always restart on this side, but we want to kind of switch up the area you go into so you're not injecting the same spot over and over again, which would cause some scar tissue buildup. Grab your alcohol swab. We need to disinfect or sterilize the area. Open your swab and remove it. Take the area you're going to inject into, make sure you clean in a circular motion. And I usually start small and work my way larger so I know I clean the entire section. Once you've cleaned it, set your swab down. You're gonna grab your injection needle or insulin needle with the medication or peptide in it. When you grab this syringe, I usually hold it with these 3 fingers firm. Leave this finger as your trigger finger to push the medication once the needle is into your abdomen or to the belly fat. We will remove the cover, expose the needle. We're going to grab away from the area we cleaned or pinch some body fat. We need to get the needle close to the location we intend to inject. You're going to push in firmly. It doesn't have to be fast. Once it's into the abdominal fat, you're going to take your finger and push the plunger to get the medication into the injection spot. Once the medication is in the stomach, we're going to pull out and let go. Place the injection needle down on the table. Now that you've taken your injection, make sure you rub the area to disperse the medication. Now I'm going to be showing you the other location to take your peptides or lyophilized product. We're going to be going into your shoulder or delt muscle. First thing you're going to need to do is identify the area by exposing it. Grab your alcohol swab and make sure you open it up, and we're going to clean or disinfect the area. Anywhere in the center part of your shoulder is fine to take the injection. Grab your medication and syringe. We're going to remove the orange top to expose the needle. You're going to hold it with these 3 fingers just like before, leaving this finger as your trigger finger to push the plunger or medication into the area prescribed. Take your syringe, get the needle close to the area going to be injected, apply pressure into the shoulder. Once all the way in, take this finger, we're going to push the plunger all the way in to administer medication. Once it's all the way in, remove the needle, place the needle on the table, and massage the area that you injected into to disperse medication. That's it. Now you should know how to take your lyophilized product prescribed, whether it be peptides or hCG, reconstitute or mix that medication, how to pull that medication up, and lastly, how to administer that medication into the proper area using correct injection protocol. If you should have any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to contact us for further assistance.